Hi guys, welcome back. In the previous video I covered the basics of PHP. I covered the basic syntax, opening closing tags, the terminator semicolon here that you need at the end of every line, and also using the echo statement to put text out to the screen, which is the most basic function that you can do in any programming language. So I'm going to build upon that in this video. This video is going to be dedicated entirely to strings. So I'm going to be using the echo statement. I'm going to be concatenating strings, which is just joining them together. And I'm going to explain the difference between single and double quotes in the PHP aspect of things. So here I have an echo statement that just displays hello world, but I'm going to put some HTML in there just to show you guys that you can do HTML inside of strings as well. PHP will just see it as a string. It doesn't care that it's HTML because it doesn't know what to do with HTML. Once PHP is done processing it, then it hands it over to your browser's HTML renderer, and that's when it looks at the individual strings and is able to process it. So we're going to close our H1 tag. So now if I were to save this, and we come out here, don't mind that, that's from a previous tutorial, we just get a hello world statement on our page. If we want to echo out, we'll put a new paragraph. This is a new paragraph. And we'll close that. Now we should get more text on the page. But if we want to call an echo statement for every string that we want to join together, it becomes a little more, there's a lot more overhead to it than we really need. One way that you can get around this is by concatenating strings. And to concatenate strings, you just put a period in between the two. This will also work for adding variables into strings or joining variables into statements, and then also putting numbers and everything in there. So the concatenator method, or the concatenator key, is just the period, and that'll join things together. Now I'm going to explain the difference between single and double quotes. Double quotes, what we have here, if you were to have any PHP inside of this, if you were to put a variable or something like that inside of your string, double quotes will allow PHP to look inside of it and process that PHP variable. Single quotes spit it out exactly as it is listed out in the PHP code. So from the end users, it won't look any different. So if I were to do a statement with this is with single quotes, oh, I gotta end my paragraph tag over here. And if I were to come back out to my browser, you should see this is with single quotes. It doesn't look any different to the end user, but again, we haven't started using variables, so I can't have a good example of that without going into my next video. So just keep that in mind. I can't really think of anything else besides getting, well, I might as well get into some basic string functions in PHP. A function is, or the built-in functions in PHP are available. They come with the PHP language. So some of those you can do str, which is string to upper. And what this will do is it'll take everything inside of these parentheses, and this is the way that PHP shows that this is a function. It takes the function name, which is string to upper, puts some kind of item inside of the function. Doesn't always have to, but in this case it does. And inside of the parentheses, it uses that to pass the information into the function. I'm going to get a little more into functions down the road. I think it's video 10. But in this case, you need to know that PHP has some code set up with a key or a name of string to upper. You pass the information into string to upper, and then it processes it and sends it back. So if I were to save this, come back out to our web page and refresh, you'll see that all that text is now uppercase. There are a couple different methods out there, like UC first is one of them where you can uppercase the first letter. So there are a couple different good methods out there. I'm not going to go too far into them, but if you want to check those out, go to php.net and you can see all of the different methods and functions that PHP comes with out of the box.